I love playing football. If it was up to me, I'd still be playing. But as you can see, I'm pretty old. And my wife won't let me. She made me quit about 20 some odd years ago because I kept getting hurt and hurting other people, and I had to give it up. I was a weekend warrior, but absolutely loved this sport. I remember back in my 20s when I was playing and trying to turn professional. I really wanted to become a professional football player because for me, football was everything. And I remember in the off season, I needed to stay in shape and I needed to help with my quickness, my hand coordination. I thought basketball, this would be a great sport for me to try and learn and to help me stay in shape. I had some challenges though. See, in basketball, they play by a different set of rules, and I was bringing my football rules to the basketball court. And that ended up in three things happening. Every game, I'd foul out, I'd get kicked out, or I'd make somebody cry for their mommy. Because I'm bringing football rules in. Do you know in basketball they don't let you tackle? In basketball, we're not allowed to hit people. That's a no-no. You actually get a penalty for that, and if it's flagrant, they kick you out. So when I laid people out, sometimes I was in the game for a minute, and before they're kicking me out, I'm on the bench. Nobody wanted me on their team. Nobody wanted to play against me. It wasn't fun. Not for me and not for anybody else, because I was playing by the wrong set of rules. The funny thing is, it's all a sport, so I assumed it would all work. We're doing that today with our money. The rules changed years ago. Before I was born, they changed, and I'm an old guy. But we're still playing by the same rules that our grandparents played by. It worked then. It doesn't work anymore. We have to learn a new set of rules, or we're going to be in trouble. Most Americans, we're living 30 to 90 days from being bankrupt, paycheck to paycheck. You can survive on these rules by playing with the wrong rules. You can survive financially. Problem is, you're just going to die broke. You're going to live as a slave, basically unrestricted. You're not going to have the kind of freedoms that you really, really want. The money isn't going to solve everything, but it's going to give you freedoms. It's going to give you choices. And right now, we don't have choices. We've got to stay in the game for the rest of our life, trading our time for our dollars. And here's where the rules have changed. They used to tell us, and they still tell us today, and they don't work anymore, get a good education, get a good job, buy a home, retire, and everything is going to be honky-dory. That doesn't work anymore. It's not the education's bad, it's not that the job is bad, it's just not going to work anymore. And I'm not saying not to get a good education, and I'm not saying not to get a good job. Here's what I'm saying. On your time, nights and weekends, I want you to start learning about passive income. I want you to start learning about the difference between a liability and an asset, and I want you to start buying or creating assets on your time. Your job is there to pay your bills for right now, to get you by. You're trading your time for dollars. And if anything ever happens to you, or your ability to be out there producing, then it's going to affect your income. So we want to create something that will still work even if you're not around. There are a lot of ways to do this. Here's what will help. Pick up the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. You can go online, Google it, Rich Dad Poor Dad. You've probably heard about him. It's a good starter kit on how you can begin by changing the rules or learning the new rules about money. You have to learn the new rules, or you're going to, like most Americans, get to the end of the line surviving, but not having enough to live on, and you're going to die in poverty. To me, that's not a good way to play the game. I ended up loving basketball, playing it. I don't watch it, but I loved playing it. Once I learned the rules of the game, then people wanted to play with me. I enjoyed it. I was able to stay in the game, and I was actually able to even score points. I couldn't dribble. I couldn't jump. I couldn't even run well, but I enjoyed playing the game because I played it by a different set of rules. Start changing the rules or learning the new rules for money. Get your education. Get your job. But on your part-time, at nights and on weekends, don't rob it from your company, your business, or your profession. Start learning the new rules and generate passive income. Start buying or producing assets and stop buying liabilities. Start learning the difference between those two, and you'll start to learn and understand the language of money and the new rules that apply to our life today. My name is Ed Carcarey. I'd love to connect with you. You can find me at edcarcarey.com. Find your passion. You'll find your life.